bench. Luton went into the game with the worst defensive record away from home in the league in terms of conceding goals. They'd shipped 21 in 8 matches away from Kenilworth Road. Included in their team was Steve Robinson, who represented City on loan a couple of seasons ago. And former Swindon player Sol Davis back in after serving a 3-match suspension, being sent off against Swindon. Here's Wiltshire. The early ball wasn't quite good enough, and Boyce was able to clear, but only as far now as Roberts. Here's Wiltshire again, a better chance for him now. A good-looking ball in towards Roberts. Will fall now for Bennell. 1-0! What a start for Bristol City. Just 1 minute and 30 seconds on the clock, and Joe Bennell has put City ahead with his first goal of the season. They concede a lot of goals to Luton, and you can see why, failing to clear the lines, and a good finish. Himself under a bit of pressure here, Emerson Boyce, 2 players, Tinian and Roberts, making life difficult, and certainly City getting the bodies forward so far in this game. Can't afford to put too many forward though, in case Luton attack on the break, as they're doing here, and a good chance too. Well, he should have done a good deal better than that. Tinian finding Woodman. Plenty of space if he can bring the ball under control. That was the problem though, he couldn't in time. Trying to rush his cross in the end. Chance now for Luton to move forward with Spring. And that is an excellent ball to McSheffrey, who should make it 1-1 here. And it's going to sneak in off Matt Hill. It all came from a superb through ball that just opened up the City defence. And it's 1-1 with just 17 minutes on the clock. Roberts. Manquart, can he get there? He can, he shows his pace. Nice ball in, here's a great chance for Wiltshire. Takes a deflection and just a fraction wide. Well, a lovely move from City. The Manquart's ball just a little bit too far behind Peacock, but at least it was there to set up Wiltshire. And agonisingly wide of the upright. McSheffrey. Cul-de-sac a little bit, did well to find Nielsen. Now Forbes. Spring. Nice looking ball to Berkovic. Struck it well. And again, the danger signs are there when Luton go forward. Berkovic finding himself in far too much space. And Manquart, Roberts. Even Roberts expected the ball back on his feet there. And now try again from the other side with Woodman. Now Tinian, good dummy from him. Nice 1-2, here's Peacock. Took too long. Well, in the end it was a delightful move. Tinian with a dummy, Peacock and Tinian then exchanging passes. It just seemed to open up. But Peacock wanted to open up just a little bit more, I think. Risky ball from Tinian. Gets it back though. Nutmeg Spring as well. Lita runs on to Peacock's through ball. He's all by himself. He's going to have to go alone. Started the second half very well as Leroy Lita. This time though, straight at Marlon Beresford. Woodman. Well found by Roberts. Good run himself into the box at the moment. Here's Lita, here is Roberts! Best move of the second half by some distance. And Roberts close to finishing it off after he started it so well too. Lita also involved. Tinian. Bennell. Hill. Woodman making a run. That's a lovely ball from Wiltshire. Coyne stood his ground well. Woodman so close. Doesn't get into that area too often, Craig Woodman. Beautifully played in by Luke Wiltshire though. Inch perfect. There's Lita. Wiltshire's turn to make the run this time. Lita gets away from Boyce, who gets away from him well. Is he then brought down? Surely. Well, the referee is going to book him. Well, the fans behind the goal are furious, but not half as furious as Leroy Lita, who did appear to be caught to me. Took the ball away from Boyce, then was clattered. But the referee decides not. Agency around City now. They're looking for their first win in 7 games. 4th of October, the last time they won, 2-1 at home to Swindon. Draws in the league, pretty much been the order of the day since then. As Miller tried to just get through, didn't connect with it well enough. And the comfortable save in the end for Moll and Beresford when it could have been so much more difficult for him.
Well, I keep saying it so many times, you know, people don't give credit to the opposition when we play them. You know, it's how bad we played, or how we can't do this and how we can't do that. But let's give a bit of credit to teams we play against at times. So they're a well-organised and disciplined side that we played today, and I said they are a threat as well. But I have to say how well we played second half, nullified all that, you know. And but like I say, we didn't get that goal. So people look round, you know, it's another bad performance, but it's far from that.
That's no win in 5 league games now for City, yet they're still, like Swindon, only 4 points off a playoff spot.
Scare here, going behind after just 5 minutes. 2 quick goals from Kevin Amankwa then settled the nerves, but a Danny Cole's own goal meant the score was 2-2, and that after just 13 minutes. Normal service was resumed after half-time as Luke Wiltshire and then Lee Matthews set up a home tie with Barnsley.
Season is in danger of falling apart, a bit like the defence against Bristol City, another team to hit a bumpy patch recently. Luke Wiltshire put Bristol City ahead. Then Kevin Amankwa was given the freedom to pick out Lee Miller. 2-0, and simply too easy for a team who had themselves gone 5 league games without a win. Just before half-time, Wiltshire and Amankwa combined to set up Aaron Brown. Still counting, that's 3-0. And there was still time in the final minute of the first half for Brown to pull a goal back. A handball by Miller, giving Leon Knight his chance. A change of captain has helped to make the difference at Bristol City. Matt Hill was given the job at the Wolf team, and he got their 4th goal.
Last week with their first win in 6 games, so Danny Wilson kept the side which won at Brighton, which meant there wasn't a recall for top scorer Lee Peacock. Joe Burnell and Tony Butler were also kept on the bench. Barnsley have been one of the surprise packages of the second division this season. They began the day in 2nd spot despite having large financial difficulties. Their team, though, does include a good blend of youth and experience. Tim Capel watched this one.
Yeah, Roberts is back there to chase. 3 is Gallimore. Gallimore again. Aim toward Walters. Woodman. Tinian coming under pressure from Rankin. Down toward Miller. Good jump from Miller. Brown has got space here. First attempt on target. 2 minutes into the game. A lot of space there for Brown to drive into on the edge of the penalty area. Just didn't get the required amount of power behind the shot. That was kept in play beautifully. Rankin leaves it. Almost found Betsy on the edge of the penalty area now. Roberts has got to hold his line here. Amankwa's in a lot of space. Well, they held on to it for too long. Wiltshire should have played that first time. Tinian was in a lot of space. They had numerical advantage there, 4 against 3. Here's Carey, Amankwa in front. Roberts, Amankwa. Now Roberts and Miller infield. Couldn't find Roberts. 7 is Wiltshire. Amankwa slips it back to Wiltshire. Roberts in toward the near post. Roberts is going to miss it. Miller's there. Brown is going to keep it in play. Best move of the game so far. There's Tinian. Almost threaded it through for Brown. There's a lot of space in this middle of the field. One of these two teams is surely going to take full advantage. That was Walters playing it through, looking for... There's Gore. Betsy. Howard. 3 is Gallimore. Good challenge from Carey, and it needed to be well timed as well. There's Gallimore. He's not allowed to get that ball back across the Bristol City penalty area. Great chance here. What a miss. Jonathan Walters will not get a better chance than that in this game. Maybe that was the wake-up call that perhaps they needed. Here's Carey. Looking for Amankwa. Now it's going to fall for Tinian. He's in space. Could try one. Tinian does. And that is the best for some considerable length of time in this first half. The second attempt on goal. 33 minutes into the game. Wiltshire can't get anything on it. Gore has made a run. Gallimore's coming up on the overlapping run. This is Gallimore. Was well closed down by Carey. Now there's a chance here if they can get on this ball. Carey is away over the halfway line. He needs some options here. Now Roberts might get on the end. Illich thought about coming and then he went back. Roberts going to the back post. Woodman picking up the second phase of play. He's offside, Roberts. He can't touch it. And just kept in by Amankwa. Just as good enough there, Amankwa. Bristol City ball. Coles is on the line. Roberts on the back post. Lynch elected to stay on his line. Wiltshire needs to play the ball out. Amankwa gets lucky to find Brown again. Brown goes into to the back post. It's kept in, and it's in from Miller. At last, some penetration play from Bristol City. And a goal for Lee Miller. Fifth goal in all competitions for the 20-year-old Scot. And he's worked hard in this first half. Miller, foot was high. O'Callaghan and Ireland go into the penalty area again. Betsy is in there as well, the number 10. Gore is at the back post. Rankin is there. Well, that's not a bad effort. What a stunning goal by Jacob Burns. It's been coming for a long, long time, and it was some impressive arrival when it did hit. The 25-year-old who's one Australian that's got something to cheer about today. Carey Tignon's got his arm raised. Miller's on the edge of the penalty area, it's aimed toward Roberts. Roberts wins it in the end. Miller's there, it might drop here. Does so, Tignon! Well, if it had gone in, it would have been a real gem from Brian Tignon. Brown. Leiter's on the edge of the penalty area. The shot coming in from Tignon. He might get it. Might he keep it in play? No, he doesn't, but it is still a corner kick. Tignon, Wiltshire comes very short. Tignon drives it straight in there. Miller's there. Peacock there! Oh, yes! It's Miller again! And all the time wasting, all the delaying tactics mean absolutely nothing. Miller time comes 1 minute into injury time. Bristol City have the lead. Well, if you want accuracy from any dead ball delivery, give it to Tignon. He produced the best corner of the entire game. And what a moment of celebration for Lee Miller. Second goal of the game. And the man who some were beginning to question is now
it was a late goal that won it, but City certainly deserved it if you bear in mind the amount of efforts on goal during the 90 minutes. The result puts City up to 6th, just 5 points off top spot. What a difference a week makes.
Start with Bristol City's first ever visit to Nen Park. City were unchanged for their first ever fixture with Rushden after luckless displays against Blackpool and Barnsley. But Danny Wilson won't have enjoyed a sloppy start, which saw Anandi Lowe hit a post and Danny Talbot follow up to score. Only 3 minutes on the clock and City were making life difficult for themselves yet again. Low jumping with Craig Woodman would not have been in Wilson's plans. There was only one winner and Matt Hill couldn't keep the ball out under pressure from Talbot. It was so nearly 2-0 when Phillips spilled a low free kick. The keeper had to react quickly to atone for his error. Worrying moments for City, who desperately needed a win after slipping to 9th place. Again, the visitors passed the ball well without much cutting edge up front. That is until substitute Christian Roberts played the ball into the box and Lee Peacock's good control and neat turn set up strike partner Lee Miller for a well-taken equaliser. A 7th goal of the season for the young Scot, who's starting to repay his £300,000 summer transfer fee from Falkirk. He seems to be striking up an understanding with Peacock, and crucially, he's finding the net too. Now watch out for the first of 2 rash challenges by Gary Mills on Luke Wiltshire. The tackle was high and late, and it brought an inevitable yellow card. With the game in its dying moments, Mills stupidly clattered into the back of City's Australian midfielder with equally inevitable consequences. A second yellow card and a slightly early bar. So a point gain for City, or was it 2 more dropped?
11th of the season as Bristol City overcame a determined Stockport side. City are now up to 6th.
5th ahead of today's games. Brentford took the lead in the 63rd minute when on-loan Millwall striker Ben May rose unchallenged to head in. The suspect marking won't have pleased the manager too much. Enter super sub Leroy Leiter, who had an immediate impact on the game. The first City have won on a Boxing Day for 14 years. This time it was City who caught the home defence napping with a quickly taken corner, and the resulting cross was headed in by Leiter. Leiter has a habit of scoring important late goals for City. Remember that cracker against Port Vale last season. And this was to be just the start of a great ending to the game. The last time City won on Boxing Day, they went on to earn promotion back in 1989. And with back-to-back wins over Christmas, they're getting themselves into an ideal position this season. The 3 points were earned with 8 minutes to go. Peacock set up Wiltshire, whose shot was parried for Leiter to finish with a simple tap-in. An excellent travelling support loved every minute away from the sails. City were denied for 40 minutes by the brilliance of the Bournemouth keeper Neil Moss, and it took something special to beat him. Lee Peacock is seemingly back to his best with his 12th goal of the season. Aaron Brown also had an excellent game and topped his performance off with a goal which owed as much to Endeavour as Enterprise, but gave City their third successive win to carry them up to third in the table.
Gary Mills were missing top scorer Paul Heffernan with a groin strain, and also had to do without Simon Jenkins and Colin Platt, who both left the struggling club this week. City left new boy Mark Goodfellow on the bench, and Danny Wilson decided to give Marvin Brown his first start in over a year, in place of the suspended Christian Roberts on the right. With Aussie Luke Wiltshire on under-23 international duty, Brian Tinian was past fit to start his 500th game for the club. Commentary at Meadow Lane comes from Jed Pittman.
Either side with a chance so far, 9 minutes into the game. This is Hill, but too close to Steve Mildenhall. Still keeping his place ahead of the number 2 goalkeeper Sean Deeney. Neither played in the 5-0 defeat on the opening day of the season. Phillips with the clearance. And Peacock got in well and scores beautifully. It's his 13th goal of the season. It might have been route one, but it's perfection as far as City are concerned. 10 minutes into the game and they have the lead. A long punt forward from Steve Phillips. One bounce. And there was Lee Peacock to hammer it home. And City lead by 1-0. Nicholson clears up to Stallard. Brough was dispossessed, unfairly according to the referee. Here's Stallard, good control from him, surely offside, not given, and a great chance! And it was Nicky Fenton who somehow put it right across the face of goal. Not his best chance to equalise, their best chance of the game so far. Here's another chance with that long clearance forward, and Peacock is in. Just stumbled at the wrong moment there, Lee Peacock. But that Route 1 football is certainly working for Bristol City this afternoon. Free kick to the home team. They are desperate for a spark. Trying to ignite the game a little bit. There has been absolutely nothing from either side for the last 20 minutes or so as Kasky curls it in. Awful free kick. Here's Barras. Chance for a run from Bolland. He's got players in the centre. Can he find them? He can! 1-1. The cross to the right did it. I think it probably went in off Butler in the end. Corner kick, Tinian couldn't keep it in. And suddenly there's something of a sea change here at Meadow Lane. County without really creating anything at all. Got the pressure in as now the ball bobbling inside the area. Brough appeared to handball, not given by the referee. This is Barras. Now Stallard. Riley. Ball into the centre and not far away at all. That's a good move from Notts County. Probably the best of the afternoon, to be fair to them. And Ian Richardson was on the end of the header. And not very far away at all. Confidence growing in the Notts County side at the moment as we approach the end of the first half. And that a foul by Butler. Still trying to get over the woes of what unbelievable own goal, really. Talk of the half-time interval. Diving header. Here's Kasky. And cleared by Carey. Perhaps didn't need to put it behind for a corner. Slight misunderstanding. County starting the second half, the slightly brighter of the two sides as Kasky takes the corner. Too close to Phillips, who punches. Chance for a shot in, and should have been on target, really. Paul Bolland with the effort. And City about to make a substitution and bring on their new signing. And it's Marvin Brown who's going to come off. A rather surprise selection, perhaps. He's had less first-team football probably than Mark Goodfellow, but the new signing gets a good cheer from the visiting support. Hackworth tries to turn. Here's a great chance. Brilliant save by Phillips, denying Stallard what looked a certain goal. That's really good work by City's number one. Barras trying to feed the ball forward. It's gone out of play, has it? No. Brown has kept it in play, and County have stopped just for a second. And Brown has got a great chance to set it up. Oh, what a wonderful chance for Goodfellow. The script had been written for him. Laid up on a plate for the new signing. And all he could do was blaze it over the top of the crossbar with the goal really gaping. Space now for Goodfellow. Chance for him to really run the defender, show what he can do. Gets the shot in too, and that's a good save from Milton Hall. I think the former Swindon keeper had positioned himself for the cross and wasn't really expecting the shot from Goodfellow. In the end, it was a pretty good save. Peacock. Finding Carey, getting further and further at the pitch as the game goes on. This is Goodfellow. Certainly had quite an influence on the game since he came on. Cross comes in, chance maybe for Tinian. Now Lita, now Doherty. Well, he doesn't score many goals, the Bristol City captain. That fell very, very invitingly for him. Final minute, plus whatever stoppage time is added on. There shouldn't be too much of that, really. Here is Goodfellow. Free kick in a great position. Here is a real opportunity for Bristol City in the final minute of the game. 3 minutes injury time has just been posted. And City have this free kick. A crucial moment this could be. Well saved by Milton Hall. Comes back for Tinian. Here's a chance too. 2-1. It's headed in by Goodfellow on his debut for Bristol City. And in the first minute of injury time, he's surely given City the 3 points. Milton Hall could only parry the initial free kick. And when the ball came back in, Goodfellow was there first with a header. And what a dream start for City's new boy.
Perfect cross from the man playing his 500th to the man playing his first game.
Yeah, it was a great cross from the Tinian, and thankfully I was just there to put it in.
Do you score many goals with your head?
No, I can actually say that. So I think that's my second league goal with my head, so I don't score many with my head now.
So City solidify their third place in the division with this win. They had a slight edge in possession and more shots on target, just in case any Notts fans are feeling aggrieved at yet another defeat.
Looking to extend their winning run to 5 matches, and included new signing Mark Goodfellow for his full debut at Ashton Gate. Danny Coles had recovered from flu to take his usual place in the centre of defence. Chesterfield, who've never won against City in Bristol, gave on loan Leeds midfielder Jamie McMaster his first start, alongside another loanee, Darren Niven of Bolton. Your commentator is Nigel Turner.
O'Hare hits it high and not very clear. Taken down by Innes. A long ball by Niven. And it could drop nicely here for Chesterfield, and Phillips forced into his first real save of the game. Bristol City giving a little bit too much room as that shot came in from Mark Innes. Tinian. And Hill once more. City playing very deep in their own territory. Miller. Tinian takes it on beautifully. Just delays the pass for some more support. It drops in, and Blatherwick read it well at the expense of a corner, because Brown and Goodfellow were waiting in the box for that one from Tinian. So corner to City. 5 men in the box to aim for. Doherty hangs it under the bar. Goalkeeper struggling, Muggleton. Cleared off the line, and a parry, and how did Peacock put that over the bar? Well, that was amazing. Everything seemed to stand still as Muggleton missed the initial effort. He then pulled off a good block, and then the ball dropped to Peacock. What, a couple of yards out, no more? And he leant back and put it over the roof of the stand. Amazing. Blatherwick and Peacock, quite a tussle building up there. Doherty to Brown. Now City have a bit of space in which to move. Taken on by Hill. And into Miller! Flags up, won't count. The flag actually was up a couple of seconds before the ball dropped onto Lee Miller's head. But still, best move of the game so far from City. Chesterfield keeping up the pressure on Bristol City. Peacock, now Goodfellow in some space. Peacock was fell, but Goodfellow's going all the way into the box. Nobody ready to pull it back to. And Ullenbeek with an outrageous slice over his own bar. City didn't get enough men up in support though. And it shouldn't have been Ullenbeek who got there, it should have been a player in red. As it is, it's a corner to Bristol City. As we approach half-time, a couple of minutes left. Muggleton comes, gets a fist to it. Doherty! He scored! Tommy Doherty. He doesn't score very often, but he's on target this time, the Northern Ireland international. And Bristol City lead 1-0. First goal of the season for Tommy Doherty. And Chesterfield has struggled with the corners all afternoon long. This time from the right flank. Muggleton with a fist to it, and Doherty steering it back through a crowd to put City in front just before the break. Tinian. Goodfellow again. And back to Tinian again. And threads it to Aaron Brown. And gets his shot away. And good parry by the goalkeeper. Good vision by Tinian as well to find Aaron Brown in that position. And it breaks down with a free kick. City have already learnt if they hit it out wide to the right, the chances are Goodfellow will be there. Inside to Tinian once more. Encouraging for Bristol City that Goodfellow's making an impression on the right. And this time it's through to Mickey Bell. He'll hit it. And just a fist from Muggleton. Didn't know that much about it. Lita. Goodfellow retrieves. Doherty. Carey. And Peacock. Tinian. And there it is. Leroy Lita gets the goal that makes it 3 for the season and ends Chesterfield's stubborn resistance. Time seemed to stand still as the ball came in from the right-hand side, well, at least the Chesterfield defenders did, and Lita just threaded it inside that post to make it City 2, Chesterfield 0, and 3 points in the bag for the Ashton Gate team. Tinian's corner then, out by Robinson. Tinian with another chance to cross it back in. In fact, plays it beautifully back. And there is number 3. Lewis Carey smashes it in. And a game that was in the balance for such a long time is now tipped entirely Bristol City's way. And they lead by 3-0. Neatly done by Tinian, actually. He just pulled the ball back outside him to Carey, and that shot found the corner of the net. 3-0. Carey with the throw, and those 2 swift goals had a remarkable effect on the crowd. Half the small Chesterfield contingent got up and left. And now Bristol City fans are beginning to make their way to the exits as well, knowing that the points are safe and in the bag. But now it could be a 4th, you never know. And all the way through, here is number 4, surely. It is. Mark Goodfellow gets a goal on his home debut to match the one on his away bow last Saturday. And Chesterfield have fallen apart. Bristol City making hay while the sun isn't shining. 4-0 they lead, and that was a simple goal.
Yeah, I was a lot more nervous than last week, with it being the home crowd, home debut and things like that. And I think in the first 5-10 minutes, I think that showed a little bit. I wasn't very good in the first 10-3 minutes, and overall I was happy with the way I performed. But I know that I can do a lot better than that.
But I thought overall, the lads stuck at it, and that's a sign of a good team. If anything, they were a bit critical at the end of it, because I think once you get 2, 3 and 4, you want 5 and 6, but maybe that's been a bit too greedy.
City was sluggish at times in the first half, but 18 shots represents an excellent afternoon as they grow in confidence at this crucial stage of the season. If it ended now, they'd meet Swindon in the playoffs, but a top 2 spot is still a possibility.
Behind Plymouth and only 5 ahead of Bristol City. Danny Wilson described this as his team's toughest test of the campaign against a Hartlepool side keen to extend their record of just 1 home league defeat in 16 months. Avian Williams spurned one of Pool's best first-half chances, but after the turnaround things changed, and Jim Probert was suddenly the busier keeper in the home goal. And 10 minutes into the second half, he was a beaten keeper, as Lee Peacock celebrated becoming a father for the first time with his 14th goal of the campaign to put City in front. Hartlepool's rare reverse at Victoria Park came against Barnsley on Boxing Day, and their playoff challenge couldn't afford another one. Mark Tinkler duly squared things up 20 minutes from time. But the last word went to a son of the North East with a goal he described as one of the best of his career. And as this was the 661st professional game for Brian Tinian, that's quite a play.
Bristol City moved to within 2 points of second-place QPR. A strong run by Lee Miller helped set up the only goal of the game, which arrived on the stroke of half-time. Mark Goodfellow finished emphatically. His third goal in 4 games has City fans hoping that by Saturday night, their team might be in the automatic promotion places. Colchester, who drew at Coventry 3 days earlier in the FA Cup, managed just 1 shot on goal. They've also got a suspension to deal with, following a red card for Craig Fagan. His reckless challenge earned a second yellow, but it'll be OK for Saturday's league game with Tranmere.
Looked like being comfortable for Bristol City, who were ahead after just 4 minutes. Aaron Brown's cross met by Lee Miller. But the team who had won their last 7 league fixtures couldn't dominate in the way they would have wished, and Brentford grabbed a late equaliser through Eddie Hutchinson. 1-1 wouldn't do for Bristol City though, and manager Danny Wilson said later that he was delighted by his team's determination to win for an impressive 8th successive time. Just 2 minutes from the end, the pressure paid off when Matt Hill headed in. Brentford had to commit to attack, and Bristol City were able to get another goal in stoppage time. This one scored by substitute Leroy Lita.
Bristol City's hands, though they were under considerable pressure at London Road, but Mark Arbor still hasn't scored since September. And another win for Danny Wilson's side, their 9th in a row, was secured when club captain Tom Doherty came off the bench and promptly netted only his 2nd this term. Wilson and his team just can't do anything wrong right now.
Bristol City, they arrived at Blundell Park on the back of 9 league wins in a row and took the lead through Lee Miller. After a win in their first match in charge of Grimsby, caretaker bosses Graham Rodger and Neil Woods have been asked to carry on for the foreseeable future, and they were given hope when Isaiah Ranking was brought down by Matthew Hill. City protested. Hill took the ball. Ian Anderson converted from the spot to equalise. City hit the woodwork 3 times, but they did get the goal that made it 10 wins out of 10 and sent them to the top of Division 2, 3 minutes from the end. Aaron Brown, the goal-scoring hero. Manager Danny Wilson believes the hard work starts now for his table-topping side.
City's remarkable run has seen them jump to the top of the table. Now it was their turn to lead from the front. Danny Wilson, unsurprisingly, made no change to the side that went to the summit at Grimsby on Tuesday. Wrexham had won more games away from home than any other in the division, so should have been a tough nut to crack, particularly with the experience of Dibble, Carey, Ferguson and ex-Tottenham man Chris Armstrong running through the spine of their team. Commentary on this game comes from Tim Capel.
He got winning it in the air. There's going to be a free kick. Quickly taken again, and Brown is away this time. Wilkshire's waiting in the centre. And they were nearly caught out by the speed and precision of that counter-attack. Quick thinking then. It almost paid dividend. Butler. Peacock again, lots of hassling going on in there. Doherty in there as well. 11 is Tinian. Brown beginning to make a run on the overlap. This is Hill in possession. Inside, brilliant ball by Aaron Brown. Brown's great ball, 1-0. What a start. Absolutely stunning stuff. And Bristol City have the lead, and Luke Wiltshire was in on that near post in the move just a moment ago. What a good ball that was from Matthew Hill. Right through the inside channel. Roberts didn't know whether to go left or right. Carey had no room to cover for anybody at the back, and Luke Wiltshire look at me again. Miller. Tinian. an angle, but then again, Peacock is in there again, making life really uncomfortable for Carey. 19 is Coles. Over the top of Lawrence once again. Lawrence has missed it again, and that was all of about half a metre wide. Well, the nightmare continues for Lawrence. Every time the ball's come near him, he's made a mistake. Hill again. Just couldn't bring it under control, Miller. Peacock's scampering down there. Brian Carey is over to cover. Carey doesn't do particularly well. He gives it back to Miller. Miller's cracked there, and that wasn't too far over either. Once again, another chance born out of a Wrexham error. Just not good enough in possession at the back. Wiltshire comes across the line. Will pick up possession just here. Wiltshire waiting for Carey to go on the overlap. Peacock's in the centre in the penalty area. It's going to be a real race here. Peacock gets away. Can he turn? He does. But he can't direct it into the goal. But again, another sweeping move built with precision passing. Butler comes forward again. Peacock, Miller, Butler in there with Coles on the back post. Coles, a real mix in there at the moment. This is all four of them. Pick up it. Here he is, Carey. Sidestep that from Carey. Now Brown is free here. Brown could save Dibble anywhere other than straight at him, and that would have been a goal. It really should have been a goal as well. Great approach play there from Lewis Carey. Llewellyn is 11. Good position, Llewellyn, if they can get the ball to him. Edwards holding on to it. Llewellyn misses it. Still might fall here. Whitley. Lawrence, everybody inside the Bristol City half. Lawrence, got to be careful of him. He is dangerous. Good play, Lawrence. Now this is Hector Sam. Sam, they need to get a strike on target. Sam, great attempt. Well, perhaps went a little awry at the end, but good passage of play for Wrexham. Ferguson dropping deeper to try and pick up those balls and make those passes. Brown now on Edwards, and Edwards, that is very light, and Peacock is there, and if anybody really deserved anything from that, he did. He's chased every single cause for the entire 66 minutes of this game. His work off the ball has been outstanding today, Peacock. Doherty just goes crashing in. Lawrence. This is Edwards. Corner kick. Roberts is on the back post. Hector Sam is there. Carey is coming in. Cleared Carey. Might fall for Roberts to Roberts, drives it. That cleared everybody. Just bent away from Phillips's right-hand post at the last minute, about 1.5 meters wide. But a chance all the same. A reminder, the need to remain defensively tight. I'd be surprised there didn't actually have been anybody on the edge of the penalty area defending that, Bristol City. Doherty there. Armstrong. Good play, Lewis Carey. Now Llewellyn is in space here. Llewellyn, Armstrong in front of him. Given away to Luke Wiltshire. He's got Leiter and Peacock to aim at. Only Brown have been over there. Brown's making his way inside the channel now. He's gone drifted back outside. This is Wiltshire. He can get Hill. Nice little dummy that from Brown. Picks up Hill this time. Peacock. Leiter's there. Peacock's there. And it's out. Again, another moment time that Bristol City will look back at when they should have extended the lead here.
You were looking to see how the team would respond to going top of the league. If they could have played and passed it about a bit prima donnas or whatever, but the work rate today was probably higher than it's been in any home game this season.
Well, yeah, it's had to be. I mean, you've got to respect Wrexham. I mean, they haven't won 8 games on the belt for nothing. You know, away from home for nothing. And I think from our perspective, you know, we had to make sure that that didn't happen with us today. And you have to put the legwork in. There's no other recipe for it. You know, you don't just ride on your luck. You've got to put it in and see what happens after that. And if we do that, we've got the quality in the team, you know, that can create as well. So, but the prerequisite is we've got to go and work, and that's what we did today.
With captain Tommy Docherty in inspirational form, City continued their amazing run with another clean sheet for the best defence in the league, and enough attempts on goal to have won the match much more easily.
In Plymouth, Wickham proved to be dogged opposition in a match which saw the kick-off delayed due to power failure. When substitute Brian Tinian found Mark Goodfellow unmarked, City took the lead in front of 12,000 fans, most of whom went home frustrated. But Danny Wilson believes his players do have the ability to go up automatically, and that despite 2 recent blips, they are in a great position to secure promotion this season. As for Wickham, well, their second division status is looking increasingly precarious. Danny Bullman played a pivotal part in them getting a draw, their 13th of the campaign. After the blocked free kick, stand by for a wonderful nutmeg on Mark Goodfellow. Bullman's cross converted by Jermaine McSporran to make it 1-1. Scott Bevan could be in goal at Bournemouth this weekend. He's signed permanently as cover for Frank Talia as the Chairboys look for their first away victory since March last year, but they are only 9 points from safety.
Scored once in the league this season. He was mighty close to a second there from City's best attack of the game so far. Just blue and white shirts in the 6-yard box, apart from Roberts, who's taking up a position in front of the goalkeeper, but there are plenty of players to come from deep as Murray's kick just goes beyond the penalty spot. This is Peacock, showed too much of it to the defender. And in fact, the last touch came off the City front man. Free kick for Bristol City, looking to take it quickly again. That seems to be a tactic they're going to employ this afternoon. Peacock's ball, and again Roberts was close, but not close enough. Bignut among the defenders back, just getting bodies in the way. Roberts again, he looks up for it this afternoon. Tangling with Bignut and wins the corner. Former Bristol Rovers player Marcus Bignut. He's bound to be popular in these parts. Tinian's corner floated this time. Carlisle got it clear. Bristol City back in possession. Tinian combining neatly with Bell. Decent cross by him too, keeper under pressure. Grabbed at the second attempt. No foul, interestingly. Lee Camper relieved man. Cole's clearance. Tinian. Peacock, bit of space to work in. Can he pick out the right pass? Had the choice of Roberts or Murray. Went for Murray right side. Decent ball in. Roberts is there. It's 1-0 to Bristol City. Christian Roberts provides the finish. Scott Murray with the supply line. And how precious could that goal prove? First league goal since August the 30th for Christian Roberts. What a relief to almost everyone inside Ashton Gate, except of course those in blue and white. Tinian forward. Peacock was retreating from an offside position, so couldn't chase the ball. The faintest of touches on from Furlong, but so far he and Gallen haven't had too much joy. Of course, there's plenty of firepower in reserve for QPR should they decide to change things later. Two players well known in these parts, Thorpe and Curitan on the bench. But Rangers are defending for the moment as Bell crosses. Johnson's clearance wasn't effective. Bell with another opportunity. More height this time. Murray's there. Didn't make meaningful contact. What a story that might have been. I think he knows that it was a very good chance. Nicely done, Matt Hill. Still going. Just fed into the feet of Roberts. Hill had gone for the return. It goes back for Bell instead. Deep cross. Peacock and Hill very nearly in each other's way. Doherty lining up something special. Just couldn't get it through the crowd. Better though from Bristol City, who've been quiet of late. Murray, crowd on its feet. Good stop by the goalkeeper. And Rose with the follow-up denied the returning hero. Oh, he was dreaming of glory there for a moment, Scott Murray, but credit to Lee Camp. Doherty hustling and harrying as usual, and then giving the ball away. This is Furlong, and now Thorpe, danger! Fantastic save by Phillips. Saved the day, quite literally, the goalkeeper there. Tony Thorpe must have felt that his moment was due. Peacock battling, likewise Wiltshire. Decent try! Just wouldn't come down quickly enough for the Australian. Danny Wilson's men are nearly there. This, of course, only the start for them. Swindon and Plymouth to come, followed by the likes of Luton and Brighton. It's a tough run-in for Bristol City. This could be the perfect tonic, and I stress could, because here's Rose for Rangers. Just slipped. Still they get it back. Rowlands now looking to get to the byline. Cole's missed his kick completely. He's a relieved man. Corner to be played in. Everyone attacks it. Peacock gets there first. Curitan with the overhead. This is Palmer. Carey battling and winning the verdict. Offside given. Danny Wilson is not amused. And he's letting the fourth official know it. He felt his team were in. The discussion continues. Meanwhile, it's QPR with the free kick. Phillips looking to make another meaningful punch on the ball. Gets it clear. Just does the simple thing. And Bristol City have done the business this afternoon. Tony Leake ends a frenetic game. Not fantastic football, but the perfect result as far as the home team are concerned. Danny Wilson's men bank 3 precious points. They're level on points on 71 now with QPR in the race for automatic promotion, and they can thank Christian Roberts for the goal and Steve Phillips for a vital save. It was close, but it was good enough. Final score, Bristol City 1, QPR 0.
you know, you've got to give City some credit for that. I felt they looked like a team who had everything to gain and nothing to lose, you know, and obviously considering their recent run. But we knew they would be a good side, and it was disappointing because we didn't look that good today. But success and failure at this level at the moment is on a knife edge.
But we always felt that, you know, the last few games, people are writing us off at too easily, quite honestly. And we always fail, and we still feel that this league is wide open to be taken. Even though there's now only 6 games left, it's still wide open, and there's a hell of a lot of points in which to play football for. And there's going to be teams going to be dropping points, and there's going to be teams who are going to run. And let's hope it's the start of our run now.
Wide-scale changes after the Peterborough debacle last week. Andy King gave most of his men the chance to make amends. 2 players did return after injury, keeper Rhys Evans and Matt Hewlett, who of course began his career at Bristol City. Danny Wilson believes in sticking with a winning formula, so the 11 who started against QPR got the nod again. Tony Butler was past fit after an ankle problem, and even though he was available after suspension, Darren Caskey failed even to make the subs bench. Phil Duffel was our man at this match.
Hayward is there. Peacock gets it clear. Miliranzi's volley. First shot in anger of the afternoon. Steph Miliranzi, who scored Swindon's first goal of the season here against Sheffield Wednesday. Not quite hitting the target that time. Just looking a little more assured in possession at the moment. Can they turn that into goal-scoring opportunities? They may do so here with Bell. Driven first time. Evans forced to make the first meaningful save of the afternoon. Couldn't really tell whether it would have crept inside the post or not. He couldn't be sure, and so did the sensible thing and palmed it clear. This man called is Murray. That's a good sliding challenge by Andy Gurney on him. Coles allowed to stride forward out of defence and pick out Peacock! Decent chance. Lee Peacock, not been in the best of goal-scoring form lately. Just 1 in his last 13 matches. He was well found there. Couldn't direct his header on target. Exchange passes with Coles at the back. Carey now. Decent ball, Murray's header. Required the save again from Evans. Didn't really have the pace to beat the goalkeeper, and I suppose his heading ability is not really what Scott Murray's renowned for, but it was certainly a chance, especially in the context of a tight game. Gifted it to Peacock, and in the middle is Roberts, and Bristol City have stolen it on the stroke of half-time. Roberts, the goal scorer last week, does it again, and Matt Hayward is left to hang his head in shame. Swindon's defending their Achilles heel of late, and they've quite simply given the lead away. Go. Trying to ease it through for Parkin. Too many Bristol City shirts in the way. A better tempo to Swindon though in this second half already. Parkin's knocked down. Certainly restored a bit of belief in the home supporters.
who were very quiet, understandably so, at the end of the first half. Duke now, good cross, Butler gets it clear. In from Igo this time, Parkins there, stooping header. Difficult for the striker. He was having to arch his neck muscles just to get to the ball, which was fractionally behind him. And consequently couldn't really get the power. Peacock again, Bell's cross, Murray on the far side. Doherty wanted him to leave it. Still Murray in possession though. Can he enforce deeper? Nice ball out to Bell. Flashed across the 6-yard box. Any touch would have done. Roberts doing a bit of holding. Hanlon launches it into the danger area. Fallon gets there first. Terrific try! Amazing goal by Rory Fallon! Well, they're calling him the super sub, and you can see why. A goal of stunning quality. Nothing at all that Bristol City and Steve Phillips could do, and Swindon Town are right back in it. And whatever angle you view it from, that was a great goal. Gurney over the free kick. Bodies piling into the box once more. It comes to Hewlett. Phillips was forced into action. Swindon on fire at the moment. And these are difficult times for the visitors. They have to hold their nerve. Allen looking to get away from Coles. Now he's looking for some support. Still Rory Fallon. The Swindon corner. He's rapidly becoming a cult hero in these parts. He'll be looking to get in on the end of this corner ball from Igo. Haywood's taken up a position on the near post. Fallon attacking the far, and Phillips was there with a vital save. Still Swindon press. Hewlett. This time it's Peacock right back there defending. Well, hats off to Rory Fallon for the impact he's made, and a pat on the back too for Steve Phillips for a terrific block. Strong play. Miller. Journey only as far as Bell. Nicely done by Bristol City. Bell with a chance. Murray just couldn't stretch. It was a matter of inches away, and they scored right at the death in the first half. They very nearly produced exactly the same at the end of the second half. Fabulous cross. Bristol City now who are ending the stronger. Peacock. That's a good ball into the middle. Who's following up? Hill too strong for Mooney. Looking to play in Peacock. And off the post from Miller. Would you believe it? Swindon stretched at the back. And literally Bristol City a coat of paint away from winning it. A classic end to a game which started poorly but ended with a real flourish. A crackerjack of an equalising goal by Rory Fallon, but Bristol City will feel unlucky not to have stolen the death when they struck the woodwork.
We blocked a few balls, we got in the back of them, and but unfortunately not finished it off, you know. But overall, I think, you know, it's a very exciting game. You know, considering the balls in the box all the time, the fans got behind them, terrific atmosphere, you know. But we're disappointed we didn't get the 3 points at the end.
We would have felt a little bit unjust if they got the goal, but they had the chance, and luckily for us.
Plymouth now by just 6 points, and Queen's Park Rangers by only 1, and those two sides still have to play each other. Argyle had the better the first half tonight, and only a brilliant save from Steve Phillips denied Lee Hodges. Christian Roberts should have handed City the lead before the break, but his shot was inches too high. City dominated the second half, and Lewis Carey missed a glorious chance to score. And then a moment of brilliance from Lee Peacock, whose spectacular volley crashed off the woodwork. Roberts missed his kick completely off the rebound. But the goal did come 6 minutes from time in front of more than 19,000 fans. Peacock showed his strength to win the ball and beat Lee McCormack at the near post. There's still plenty more nail-biting to come.
It's a simple. Bristol City must beat Blackpool next Saturday at Ashton Gate and hope that QPR fail to win their match at Sheffield Wednesday. That's the equation required for City to avoid the playoffs and a semi-final meeting with one of Swindon, Hartlepool or Port Vale. That's all come around because of this goal from unsung deadline day signing Tony Rougier, whose finish was as exceptional as the rest of his game of late. Time for the crowd and the manager to relax a bit. The half-time Satsuma should have tasted a lot sweeter, but Christian Roberts missed a great chance after a gift from goalkeeper Gavin Ward. A draw would have meant automatic promotion would have been a pipe dream, and City, as they've done so often this season, stood firm at the back. And had it not been for a dreadful tackle by Anthony Kay on Leroy Lita, one of City's swift breaks may have led to a second goal. Kay was unsurprisingly sent off. Brian Tinian almost took advantage of another Ward lapse from the resulting free kick. At the final whistle there was relief all round. Some fans will have bitten their nails up to their armpits by 5 o'clock next Saturday as they nervously watch City with an ear on the events at Hillsborough. It's what it's all been about, really. Jed Pittman, ITV West News. Wilson went with an unchanged starting lineup for the game they simply had to win to stand any chance of automatic promotion. Blackpool, under the temporary charge of Simon Grayson following the resignation of Steve McMahon, gave a league debut to 17-year-old goalkeeper Lewis Edge. Tim Capel was among the 19,000 City fans at the gate.
Here's Carey. Rolled it into Doherty. Tinian has made good ground, so too has Carey again, but that was well read, that, and it had to be by Donnelly because Tommy Doherty was away. Rougier. That's a good ball! Peacock! Oh, good save. Very good save from Edge. Well, everybody that was sat in the Williams stand had a perfect view of the flight of that ball. And the trajectory was following its way right onto the head of Peacock, and he should have scored. Tony Butler positioned right on the goal line. Rougier on the penalty spot. 19 is Danny Coles, unmarked at the back post, just getting ready to make a run in now. It's coming toward him, but he misses it. Roberts will be the first to pick it up behind. Roberts turns one way, then the other, gets the ball off of Donnelly and wins another corner. Everybody stays forward as Bell goes over to take this ensuing corner. Tinian drops out the penalty area. Doherty on the edge of the area. Rougier is on the penalty spot. Roberts, Peacock and Butler all on the goal line. Cole's in there as well. Free header it might be. Rougier picks it up on the edge of the area. Can't get a shot off. Doherty might do though. Bounces down one. Dances down again. Roberts is there and it's in! And Bristol City have the lead. And Christian Roberts is the scorer. He's endured a nightmare season. Nothing has gone right until the final half a dozen games, and he's in the team primarily due to the form that has delivered him 3 goals in the last 6. That's his 4th in 7, and he's a man coming into form right when they need it most. Bristol City have got the job half done. Now, they've got to pray that something happens up at Hillsborough to go in their favour. Now, this might cut them loose here, and it might be a real test of Blackpool's resolve. Final day of the season, they've got nothing to play for. There's a new coach coming in at the beginning of the season, next season, and maybe the strength of character that they've shown in this opening, 20 minutes here, is about to depart them. Now Butler, Peacock is right in there. Roberts has done it again! 2 goals inside 2 minutes for Christian Roberts. He doesn't get his name sung out that often from the terraces round here, but he will be superhero number 1 if those are the goals that deliver Bristol City into Division 1 next year. Could it be the first time since 1965 that they do it on the final day of the season as well?
So City were sticking to their side of the bargain with a perfect start. That meant QPR needed a goal themselves, and after 35 minutes, they took the lead. A scrappy effort from Kevin Gallen. Ian Holloway's team had started strongly and deserved to be ahead in front of just short of 30,000 fans at Hillsborough. Let's return now to Ashton Gate and Tim Capel.
Here's Hill. Roberts underneath it, doesn't win it. Southern, that's a bit close to Rougier. And it might still bounce for Peacock here. That looked like handball. Peacock's away. Can he finish? Oh, good save again from Edge. Danger's not over yet. Tinian sets up Rougier. Can he curl it in? Oh dear. Just won't drop for Rougier. 2 great chances in the final 7 minutes of this first half to add a third.
So into the second half, and worse news for City as Queen's Park Rangers double their advantage at Hillsborough with Paul Furlong getting the crucial goal. Surely no way back now for Bristol City. But the drama grew with half an hour left as Terry Cook set up John Shaw to make it 2-1 and increase the nail-biting in both Bristol and Sheffield. None more so than for Danny Wilson.
Peacock doesn't win it this time, but it falls for Roberts, though. Peacock's got it again now. Can he unleash a shot here? Peacock! Oh, he does, and it's put behind. Well, one player here deserves some success out of this game, because nobody has worked harder than he has.
City's season ultimately turned in the space of a minute 180 miles north. Wednesday were piling on the pressure and only a brilliant tackle by Gino Padula denied them an equaliser. But within 60 seconds, with Jamie Curitan ready to come on, Martin Rowlands broke down the left and Wednesday substitute Chris Carr volleyed his cross into his own net. A cruel way to settle the issue and one which had a major effect on City's game.
Aimed toward Wellens. He's been a constant threat in this game, Wellens. There's Sharon. Tries to get it in toward Murphy. Murray gets it away. Murphy waiting in there, so too Southern. Oh, now it's a penalty. It's Lewis Carey that's given it away, and it was given by the assistant and not the referee. The afternoon at the moment is not ending on a high. Carey is the judge to have given it. Make your own mind up. So it's Keith Southern then to get Blackpool back into the game, or is Phillips going to produce a save? Referee really just needs to get on with it now. Really being far too picky. Southern against Phillips, and he scored. It's a good penalty. Phillips gets the right way, and Sheron punches the ball out of his arms, and Blackpool want to get on with the game. Maybe they feel there's something left to give in this season. Well, the playoffs have never really been kind to Bristol City. 3 occasions they've been, and 3 occasions they've not emerged ultimately victorious ever since the first appearance back in 1987 season, 88. Colin Gordon goal on the final day of the season got them into the playoffs. And they played Sheffield United in another infamous match, you may remember, played on a Sunday evening. But then David Kelly wrote his name into history. But now Sheron is away here. Sheron could level it here. Sheron, oh, what a great challenge from Danny Coles. He's been on him for most of the afternoon, and he ends it on top as well. Telling his assistant to get further upfield. I think we're going to blow for full time. We do. They were expecting a pitch invasion, which isn't going to happen. And there's applause all round, and so there should be, because they have achieved something. They've got into the playoffs. It was a tough call to ask for Sheffield Wednesday to turn over Queen's Park Rangers today. They didn't manage to do it, but there is every reason and every confidence to suggest that Bristol City can still start next season in the First Division. They've got the players and the capability to do it.
The scene couldn't have been any more different at Hillsborough as Holloway celebrated his side's return to the First Division at City's expense. City themselves will have to look ahead to the playoffs again.
Scotty, you've won, but a bittersweet feeling, I guess. Yeah, lads are all gutted. I think we couldn't have done any much than we had today, so we've done what we had to do, and QPR have done what they've done. Were you hearing the results as you were playing? No, I've heard the crowd cheer a few times. I thought Sheffield Wednesday had about 5 up at one point, but no, you see, we just got to get on with it, and that's the main thing. Is it a question of having to pick yourselves up at all for the playoffs? No, I don't think so. I think we'll be strong enough. You know, yeah, disappointed on the day, but we can do it. We're a great team. We've had a great season, and we can just try and go for the final push.
To say that we're disappointed is true, because we would like to run up, but it's not total dejection, obviously. You know, we know we're in the playoffs. Again, you know, the lads will be very determined in which to do well in there now. Disappointed, obviously. We thought we might have just nicked that second place. But when you're relying on other teams, you know, it's always difficult in that respect. So, but the lads, again, they did what they needed to do today. They had to win the game. They did. Gave us a chance. But unfortunately, from Bristol City's point of view, QPR did the same. We've got a great game to look forward to now. You know, we're up at Hartlepool, which is a tough game. We know that already. We've always had a hard game against them up there this season. And I think from our point of view now, you know, we've
a whole new ball game. The playoff semi-final first leg against Bristol City. More than 7,000 were crammed into Victoria Park.
First chance of the game for Bristol City to get forward. Got a bit of space out wide here for Peacock. Looking to see what might be on. It's a decent ball in. Rouget's coming in, and he scored. That's a disaster for Hartlepool. Humphreys, plenty of distance. Nelson is up there. Ball for Williams. It was blocked. Here's Sweeney. Great save, Phillips. Anthony Sweeney couldn't have done much more then. Technique was perfect. Phillips, excellent response from the keeper. Oh, and Tinkler there from the corner. Mark Tinkler at the near post. Good spell this by Hartlepool. Tinkler in front of his man, just couldn't steer it. Hugh Robertson, he's got a left foot on him, and he nearly found a way through, but again, Phillips is so alert in the Bristol City goal. Going to be an anxious afternoon this for Neil Cooper and his team. This is Richie Humphreys flying forward now. Humphreys with a second attempt at it. Just couldn't get the power in his shot. There was a bit of a challenge there as he tried to finish it off. Good approach work. Humphreys got a yard of space, looked to exploit it. Nice football, nice movement. And looked to capitalise on the mistake. Humphreys once more. Nice little prod through. Adrian Williams is onto it. Penalty! He's not given it! Adrian Williams cannot believe that is not a penalty. Humphreys again. What a good ball forward. Williams onto it like a flash. Out came Phillips, totally committed. Never got the ball. He got Williams. He went flying. And the referee says that is not a penalty. You can look at it from every angle. That looks a penalty to me. And I think it looked a penalty to Neil Cooper. He cannot believe that. That is crucial. Phenomenal atmosphere here at Victoria Park. They've seen all the bad days here. They are loving the good times now. What they want, though, is an equaliser for Hartlepool. Boyd fighting for it. Here comes Joel Porter. Porter's in there! It's there! It's 1-1! It's Joel Porter! The Aussie's done it, yes! Put the flags out for the Aussie! Hartlepool are level! They've got a monkey for a mascot here at Victoria Park, and these fans are going ape. Joel Porter, Adam Boyd played his part and fought for it, and Porter was in like a flash. Too quick for the keeper, too quick for the defender, and what an ice-cool finish under pressure. Tremendous running. He won't score a more important goal than that. This game has really come alive again. Hartlepool are still right back in it. Westwood knocks it forward. Still there to fight for. And Boyd, oh, Phillips again to the rescue. Boyd so often the hero this season. Headed it the first time, volleyed it the second, but Phillips has had an absolute blinder. Another top quality save from the City keeper. Steve Phillips, oh may shake his head. And still Hartlepool come pouring forward, but there's the whistle. Joel Porter's goal gives them a lifeline. It's game on at
Joel Porter are all Neil Cooper signings. Gray Wilson looking relaxed. There's huge mutual respect between the two managers. He's gone on record as saying that Neil Cooper should be the second division manager of the year. All to play for as the battle to reach the second division final at Cardiff recommences at Ashton Gate. Straight from the kick-off, Tinian hits it long. Here's Hugh Robertson, the man with a deadly left foot, looking to supply for Humphreys from the throw. Rougier, who gave Bristol City such a good start with a goal in the first 5 minutes at Victoria Park. Sun just setting on Ashton Gate. We're enjoying the mid-May weather.
It's a lovely evening to play football on, look. It's a lovely pitch, they've sprinkled it, they were watering it constantly before the game. Andy Wilson, no doubt, wanting Bristol City to play their normal passing game and trying to get this pitch playing as fast as possible. And really trying to get his team to settle down as quick as possible as well.
Humphreys looking for Boyd, and then Humphreys taking it on board again. Ambitious from that sort of range.
It was slightly ambitious, wasn't it? But it was worth a go this early in the game, but never really connected with the volley. Trying to hit it across the ball, of course. Trying to start it outside the post to curl it in, but never really connected at all.
Here's Robertson with the free kick. Nelson who gone forward, Adrian Williams comes in, hooked away, Boyd's underneath it. And Bristol City in the end having to throw bodies at it to save the day.
There we go from the chance, it's just a hopeful ball into the area, flicked on nice and high because he only needs a glance, and I think Williams may have been just better just poking that for goal rather than trying to take that down.
On by Roberts. Now Murray, Rouget's in the middle. Westwood, Robinson tidying up behind him. Here's Boyd. And Boyd off the post! And Porter on the follow-up! How unlucky can you be?
Great bit of play from Boyd, wasn't it? Long clearance just flicked on here, which made the difference. But he's still got it all to do. As he hits it here early on his right no, cuts back on his left foot, really tries to pick out that corner.
Here's Porter. Now Barrett. Cross from Williams. Oh, it's there! It's Sweeney who's got the goal that brings joy for Hartlepool. Incredible scenes at Ashton Gate.
Great cross, wasn't it, from Williams on his right-hand side. I've got a feeling it came off the defender. It wasn't so sweet a header from Sweeney. He gets between the forwards, in the box again as he heads it. Look, no, it is. It's a great header right in the corner. It's all about the cross, the pace across. Great curve, great shape on it. It gets across his marker. And what a header right into the corner. And isn't he a happy man? Look at that.
Leeds are challenging and Rouget comes in and lashes it wide. Doherty. The ball to Murray. Plenty over for him, but he wants to do it on his own. Good block. Here's Roberts. Good fellow! Yes! And Bristol City are right back in the chase for a place in the playoff final.
What a header from the little fellow, good fellow. We just had a go at him for not heading the ball just recently back across the goal. But the pace was all on the cross. It's a super cross that comes in. He's just got to get his head to it. He gets his head to it. Great stuff, right in the corner. The little fellow is the real good fellow. Look at that, right in the corner. Goalkeeper Roberts got no chance. Maybe gets a finger to it. As I say, the power's all on the cross. And what's Danny now? Oh, same as Neil Cooper. Don't they just love it?
And they'll be singing for He's a Jolly Good Fellow right into the night. Neil Cooper and his side were around 3 minutes plus stoppage time away from reaching the second division final, and it's been taken away from them by that header from Mark Goodfellow.
How it turns so late in games, it's unbelievable. I was at Sunderland beat Crystal Palace the other night as well, and that just changed right at the end with a Darren Powell goal, and you come all this way all season long, and then in the last couple of minutes it's either snaps from your grasp or you get that little bit of glory.
6 minutes of stoppage time. Christian Roberts is through and gets the goal that completes the turnaround for Bristol City. Wild scenes at Ashton Gate because they looked down and out with 3 minutes to go, but now it's all turned around and they know that they are Cardiff bound thanks to a Cardiff-born player.
And an excellent finish. A couple of times he showed a lack of composure for me, but tonight, right at the death, he's done it. Great bit of composure as he feinted to shoot on his left foot. The ball comes up, he's just helped on a couple of times really. As Tinkler comes over, he shakes the shoot with his left, comes in on his left and slides it home. That's a great finish. Tinkler comes over here and that's all about checking inside him. And yes, and straight through the keeper's legs. A little bit of good fortune there, but that's a great finish from Roberts. Great finish. Oh, and how has this one changed around? Oh, he's been for everything, Danny, hasn't he? And poor old Neil Cooper as well. Oh.
Agony for Hartlepool. And Bristol City have made it! After the heartbreak in the playoffs last year, Danny Wilson's team are in the second division final this. Former Bristol City man Martin Scott, the first to congratulate him. It was a valiant effort from Neil Cooper's Hartlepool, who actually took the lead through Anthony Sweeney. And Danny Wilson in victory offers a consoling word to his opposite number. Cardiff-born Christian Roberts will be back in his native city at the Millennium Stadium for the final. His was the winning goal, and after Mark Goodfellow had cancelled out the Sweeney goal that had seemed such a setback for Bristol City, and until 3 minutes from the end of the 90 looked as though it would knock their hopes of a final again. But they came back, they got the crowd behind them, and with Goodfellow's header and the final flourish from Christian Roberts, Bristol City have made it.
Making progress, and Leon Knight trying to get in. Iwelumo takes over. It is a penalty.
Well, controversy yet again. Bristol City not happy with the decision, but you've got to say Iwelumo may deserve that. He's turned, he's gone at his man, he's got in the box where it hurts. A great little run there. Knight does well. Iwelumo seizes on the bounce, and there is just a touch behind his heel there. He does ever so well there for it. Gambles and just clips him at the back there. They can have no worries about it being a penalty. Bristol City, that looked clear to me. Definite catch behind the heel.
There's Coles with a challenge on Iwelumo, but it falls to Leon Knight to score from the spot. Here he comes.